Alejandro, every time I watch one of your movies, I always wonder, could he outdo himself? And you keep doing it again and again. Does that play in your mind? I mean, Revenant, you reached levels that hard to transcend.
Well, I'm very glad that you respond to it that way. I think it's a very, the film actually is a miracle to exist. I mean, it's an improbable film to be made, but we all make it probable. That it was improbable and we make it probable, and I feel very proud about it because it deals with with very deep and beautiful subject matters, very human, very intimate, but obviously the background of it are epic and grand scale and spectacular. So the combination of all these and the conditions that we shot the film, squeezing every beauty moment in the landscape in difficult territories, was an extreme challenge for all of us. Extreme.
In all your movies, you explore complex human issues, but for each movie, you kind of invent a new cinematic style. And we can see that here. You did that in The Birdman, you did that in Babel, and you're doing it here. How do you match the style to the substance of your movie? Are they related, or is it just a pure coincidence?
Well, I think form and substance are tied together. You know what I mean? I mean, it's I will say, when you have something to say, or the way you observe it is the form of it, and the way you express it, it will speak a lot of what you are saying. I think the vocabulary and the tools and the words are there for everybody to use. It's just the one who uses the words correctly or more clearly, it will express it more powerfully. So I think that the cinema tools are available for everybody. Just you choose your language, you lose your tools, you lose your grammar to tell the best way your story.
Let's make a comeback. That's what I'm talking about. You're Birdman.
I approach this story with decisions that are tough, and difficult, but very effective to submerge audiences in an emotional 3D experience, to feel the nature, to feel the emotion, which is long takes with 14 millimeters, which is very wide angle, 65 millimeter format most of the time, and shooting in real, in natural light in the sunset for 1 hour and a half. So the beauty of the light itself revealed, and with Chivo and Manuel Lubezki work, and as a collaborator on my side, I think the film achieved a presence, a closeness with nature that is very striking, that we have lost. But that language, that form that I choose this time, I hope that it served the purpose to get people excited and emotional in that
sense. So the form comes after the substance, once you decide.
Or together. I have to say that I always, since I was starting to dream about this film 5 years ago, that I started doing scouting location, I knew that that was the way to tell it. I wanted to get a story almost told by National Geographic. You know, I wanted to be real, as if you are watching a documentary, but everything will be like putting nature to work in fiction. So nature and the landscapes, they are part and they are integrated to the storytelling, and they are on time. So I wanted to have a documentary, again, super realistic, but that it's absolutely serving the purpose of the story of this character, and I knew that that was the only way. So
yeah, it does feel like that. But something I noticed, for instance, up to Babel, you always used the nonlinear narrative to tell your stories. In this one, you went to another extreme, shooting the movie in sequence at a cost, reportedly budget and time. Why is that shift?
I have always shot my films in chronological order because that's the only way I can understand the characters and be growing with them. You know, in a shoot like this, that it was 11 months, where really the weather really plays a huge element, not only for the story that starts in autumn and ending Deep Winter. But for the actors, for me, for the crew, I was knowing the character. I was knowing what happened, and that gave me the possibility to change or adjust things depending on what I'm learning from it, and me as a person is growing. So that gave me the time to be chewing the story and acting upon that, and leave that as a living organism, not like a pre-planned notion or an intellectualized notion of a thing, but that thing, the film is alive. So when you are doing it, it's breathing, it's changing, it's an animal, and when you allow yourself to be in chronological order, you can make the right adjustments to get it perfect. So you become a little bit sometimes the god of that, and sometimes the creature of that, and you serve that. But it's a fantastic tool to really help the actors and you to travel as we are doing it, and that reality is matched better, I think.
I ain't afraid to die anymore.